right, and we're going into game 2 of the Ham Jam tournament.
Ham Jam Slam tournament.
Oh yeah.
At Ham Goblin Real.
Not official.
But yeah,
like...
I'm predicting that we're gonna see. I don't know. I think Pat Cook is gonna lock it down, guys. I think that he was spitting on the guys earlier.
Yeah. Pat Cook's got a pretty solid.
You are so much more than people label you.
Alright, let's go.
Today, you prove that.
Yeah, in fact, Cuck did play very well on Geist when Warden wasn't available during the best of 3. Basically just dominating the lane. So...
Ooh, I do like the Drifter. They're putting him in solo lane. I've been wanting to see how Drifter would look in a solo lane, because this character to me seems like obviously good in solo lane. I would say you just put points in your 3, right? All your stuff works on your 3 in solo lane, so you just play for your 3, no?
I feel like that, and even getting a very early Hunter's Aura, and you're just gonna nuke someone. Because I believe the last time we saw Drifter picked in the tournament, they opted for a lot of gun damage, and that was the case. They were just shredding people during the game. So if we see an early close quarters Stalker, maybe switch certain things around, maybe find a way to slot Hunter's Aura, could be quite strong. He will be going up against Venator. Kind of a tough 1v1 lane if you think about it. A vampire versus a monster hunter. Kana Aura.
I think Ben does extra damage to Drifter too, actually. That's coded into the game. No LARP.
Yeah, I believe he does like 5 damage.
Hunter's Aura. Oh! Wait, what?
Hunter's Aura would look to be a sick item to see this game. Pocket gonna be
he's saying that Venerator is a hunter and he has aura.
Oh, yo, that is actually occurring. I didn't even catch that.
Genius mode.
Dude, actually.
He does 5 extra damage all. Bro, 5 extra damage makes or breaks it. Actually, no LARP. Technically.
Dude, imagine. Pretty strong push from Pocket so far. Pocket, one of those characters that just has the ability to wave clear very easily with his 2. It's a common strategy played by very high level Pocket players. Just push the wave in with your cloak.
The option to go for point 2. I feel like the point 3 is better though.
I guess it's gonna depend. Yeah.
They will expect this.
Lady Geist already flying pretty low. And Lovable is just pushing this lane very aggressively. Even face tanking tower a little bit, avoid some of the damage from Lady Geist. Does briefcase the mini wave, gets the heal minion, but does get denied.
I'm not sure Lovable is using Pocket. He doesn't look that comfortable. He's just taking a lot of damage from run.
Yeah, I think
This can save my life.
it kind of looks like he doesn't have a lot of experience on the character, but knows Pocket is very shifty. I think he's not realizing that it requires, player input. He's taking a lot of damage early on. Extra regen in Q. So we're gonna have to see how this lane phase is gonna go for him. Because Lady Geist is vulnerable at times early game, but just does so much
There is
damage.
but one path to power.
Already potentially looking for a reset here. Does get the wave pushed. Will miss a few souls, but maybe opting to be full HP to make a play. Drifter going for a dive. Oh my god, it just shreds it. Dude,
Yeah,
the Drifter damage
destroyed.
is insane.
+3. Yeah, that 50% amp working right now is just so much damage.
Yeah, because I think starting out the damage amp is what, like 5% versus isolated targets?
Yeah, 15 actually.
15! Oh my god.
Pretty disturbing.
15% is going to be huge. Goes for kinetic dash, which is going to give him more stamina to chase down Venator. More gun damage. I feel like Venator is already kind of in the back foot on this lane. He's going to have to just try and do his best to hold on. Rem flying quite low on blue. Looks like maybe a play happening. Doorman and Apollo full health. I think they did potentially catch Rem with the door and a cart. Maybe force him out of position. Rem gonna just soak up
Okay,
some of the
Lawball is
healing.
playing bad aggressive. I don't know what it got into him, but yeah, Lawball does not look that comfortable on Pocket right now.
I think he's trying to force something in his lane to get an advantage like he has in some of these previous matches, but Geist can kind of just drain through the damage and face tank it. And Pocket's really low already right now, doesn't have the same kind of sustain Geist does. So he's opting for monster rounds and extra regen, which is going to help him heal out of combat, but if he's always trading like he is now, it's going to be hard for him to actually benefit from the healing. Down again to half. Doorman falling a little bit low on blue. He's just taking so much damage, and like I'd mentioned before, Pocket takes a bonus 15% damage from spirit abilities. So unless he dodges things and plays very carefully, that built-in vulnerability to spirit damage hurts a lot for every mistake you make. Post quarters blocked from Drifter. Some good damage coming out from Pocket. Trying to keep things a little bit more even, but just taking so much damage. 2 stacks of Malice from Geist into the Essence Bomb. It's gonna just do so much damage. Blue lane, pretty even at the moment, HP pool-wise. Doorman going quite low, though. Gets the extra healing from the regen minion. You see Drifter make his move towards Spirit Buff. Kind of creeping around. Gets contested by Venator. Shotgun! Push him off the Spirit Buff. Venator coming through heavy melee. Misses the second Iridomini Bolt.
Shot. Aw, doesn't kill him.
Does some pretty good damage, though.
Probably no. Yeah.
Flash hovering. And yeah.
Not great, not great.
I feel like if that second bolt lands, the +5 damage, he kills him. Surely?
Yeah, actually, no. That was actually the damage there. If he had the second
He's
ball, it
actually
would kill
chunking
him.
him. I'm surprised Drifter didn't go to just take the buff right away because it gave Venator time to shotgun and push him off of it. I think he wanted to try and get a parry without anticipating the push from the spirit buff. So, unfortunately gives that up, which might come to bite him pretty soon. They are fighting in front of his tower, a little bit low. Venator backing up again. Lash looking for his camp. And so far, Pocket looks to kind of be stabilizing a bit. A little bit more full on HP, probably investing into more sustain in his lane. So he can hold his own, because that spirit weakness does hurt quite a bit, especially in someone like Geist. Drain used. Goes into a satchel, uses cloak to escape, but Drifter actually dies on the side lane during this little trade. And that's going to be a devastating loss for the Drifter because his wave is pushed in.
His tower might die here.
I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Venator does so much damage.
That has a shockingly low amount of gun guidance, actually. Just had nothing except green. Might be the way to go when you're playing against the Drifter.
Yeah, I think from the early death, he wanted to make sure he plays it a bit more safe. Good sleep from Rem, gets carded, but the melee goes through anyways. Good attempt from Doorman. Lash trying to follow up, doesn't hit the flog. That range nerf definitely being felt. Goes for a stomp, doesn't have the damage. Flog just coming off of cooldown, but not at the right time. Not able to finish off the kill on Apollo, and he's going to escape on 1 HP while Doorman soaks the solar wave. Geist and Pocket trading blows.
Keyboard swaps are fun.
I think might have. Maybe went a little bit low. I wasn't exactly sure what the fight looked like while we were watching the dive at Apollo. But they traded ultimates by the looks of things, so Pocket falling extremely low. Lawful has to be really careful here. The amount of healing. Already Mystic or Radiant regen on the Geist, so it's gonna just be a lot of healing per ability used. Cold front, trying to do some damage, but falls extremely low. He's like 1 hit. I feel like, yeah, the Malice Daggers is really almost one-shot him, and I think Geist can probably just walk him down, but opts not to. Putting a lot of respect on Lava Bolt's movement. We've seen so far during this game that oftentimes when people overextend to chase him, they get picked, so I don't hate it. It's gonna catch the wave. Wild doing a pretty good job on Drifter so far. Oh, but taking a lot of damage from that stun. 630 damage just from one exchange with Venator. Battle Vest picked up, gonna give him some much needed bullet resist. And definitely, initially, the tempo seemed to be in Vile's favor from that early kill, but Venator didn't really lose a lot from it, and then eventually gets a kill in exchange at a time when Vile's minion wave was under tower, so he's down quite a few souls. Trying to avoid the grenade, gets tagged by it anyways. Ultimate and so much damage. Holy sh!
Popped it a little too early, I think. Popped it a little early. Like, he's gonna tower. Wait, maybe not?
Yeah. I think maybe if he parried tower first to get closer and then pop ult, it could have been good.
Wait, the Drifter
Trying to bait
back.
him in. I think the vendor was trying to bait him in for a shotgun to stun him and try and just burst him. But just gonna get the Guardian here. Vile has to back up. Lava Bolt pushing up quite aggressively in a single lane. HP pools. Just hovering around half for both players. Constantly going up and down as Lady Guys continues to poke and trade HP. Lava Bolt's gonna try and push the wave.
I hope I'm not a monster for you.
In the meantime, on blue, Apollo dies. And we're starting to see, I think, finally, like you had mentioned, and I think Doorman might go down here as well. Lash doesn't have the damage for it, just get Stomp on cooldown. Flog as well, not landing. But does get finished by the Rem. The helper's close by the turret, and Rem just shooting. And I think, like you pointed out, Crayon, we haven't seen a lot of Rem players be very greedy. Look at his soul count. We've got a little chud on the Sinners finally. Pocket taking gun buff. Can be very useful for him in lane. And it does look like Rem has taken quite a few of the Sinners with helpers. Drifter's flying really low. It looks like there's a fight happening on the other side lane. Yeah, the two of them are flying incredibly low. Drifter getting bursted down though. And goes in the favor of Venator. Can't really do much. Pocket trying to secure his Sinners, but the enemy team is hovering close by. Geist nearby following the cloak. Gets really good high ground. Gives him some time. Geist still pursuing though. Rem and Lash are close by as well. He's gonna have to try and make a very good escape. Will he take the flying cloak? And he does take it late. No one in position to really chase after it. I think they didn't want to waste the additional time chasing him. Yeah, because they do lose Guardian on blue, which is going to be some extra souls for Doorman and Apollo. So it looks like they're going to give up the chase on Lava Bolt and just focus on securing the resources. I think Doorman and Apollo kind of overstayed their welcome, not realizing that they had given up chase on Lava Bolt and immediately rotated to cover their walker. It's going to be another kill, and I'm surprised to see he's struggling this much, especially on such a strong early game character, but it's hard to compete when you look at the soul count on Rem. Already has anti-heal, trophy collector as well.
You haven't dropped me off yet.
And really strong item so far for Lady Guys, and again, Vile playing pretty aggressive, but he has some follow from his team. Mark on Venator, ult popped, trying to do something, trying to look for the kill on Drifter potentially. Gets him very critical, but Lady Geist is going to just try to walk him down, and I'm pretty sure she will get this kill very easily and comfortably. A lot of healing on Lady Geist. She can just face tank so much damage. Ultimate used on Lash from Pocket, but does respond with an ult of his own, but Pocket uses a very good cloak there. Lava Bolt really avoiding a ton of damage. Like we spoke about before, you really have to move on Pocket and not stay in one place too long. Apollo on blue lane with Doorman again, and probably might die here on blue. Pretty close up to Walker. There is a door open, but he's not able to make it in time. Lava Bolt pushing up, playing pretty aggressive. He's taking a lot of damage from Walker, tries to get it to use its stomp, but it doesn't. He's critical. Both of his teammates die on blue while he's pushing on the solo lane. He's really trying to just put pressure and make something happen, and I feel like he needs to. Thatcher used. Walker very low HP, but gets it just in time. Lady Geist is going to be using Drain on Venator. They're playing really aggressive for these walkers to open up slots and get souls. 54k to 51 at 13 minutes. Unstable Rift, probably going to go in the favor of hitting King. Especially with Moneymaxxers having 3 of their members here. Doorman can't hold it alone, but I think he's going to try and just prevent some chip damage on Walker because this Guardian is surely going to go. Yeah, and he's just there to make sure Walker's protected. Lava Bolt is coming. Apollo again going blue to soak up some solo resources. But it's going to be so hard for Apollo to come back into this game. Rem just soaking up so many Sinners with helpers. Venator kind of getting walked down by Geist right now. A pretty good answer for Venator getting a lead since Drifter didn't get the favorable end of those 1v1s, but Drifter looking for the kill still. And might find him. Does he find him in the Veil? No, he goes to the tier 3 camp, not realizing Drifter's roaming. And he's in a really dangerous spot because if Lady Geist comes as well, it's 2 versus 1. And he's really out of position. And I think it's going to be the case. Lady Geist hovering nearby. Essence Bomb just misses, but life draining. Yeah.
Chat, is Fatcock going to win the whole thing? Fatcock's team is looking like they're going to make it out.
Seems like it could be the case, man. They're playing this really well.
They're going to get the right Walker as well.
Tries to get the ult just before Flash ult.
Under attack.
Bubble, they're gonna kill 2 at least. Not bad, not bad mid, not bad mid. It is the right walk for it though. Fatcock's on a tear on the Geist right now. Just as ulting mid.
Yeah, maybe trying to look for something, but it's gonna be on Pocket, which is gonna be hard to kill him. Both of his abilities used though, and not the best way possible. Doesn't get the most distance trying to escape.
And yeah, Love Ball.
Yeah, I think
Not a good showing on Love Ball on the Pocket. I think it's as long as they keep making sure he can't play Select, it doesn't look like Love Ball or can do much.
That's the thing, like you pointed out, he might not have the most time on Pocket. He definitely has played some of these fights pretty well, but hasn't gotten the most value out of his cloak and satchel in some of these fights. Another Sinner secured for Lady Geist. Rem denying a lot of the Sinners from the enemy team. If you look at the soul count on Rem, 18k support is incredibly fed. With Apollo and Doorman sitting at 12 and 13k respectively, it is going to be very tough. And another pick for Drifter. It's just more stacks for his 3. Extra permanent weapon damage, 3% for the rest of the game for every kill he gets on someone who's alone. If I'm Slurp Juice in this position, it's very tough to stay motivated because first game, we picked some pretty strong heroes. It didn't go that well. And the second game as well, it's just not panning out that well. Lady Geist, another one, Fat Cut, just dominating on the pick. Lava Bolt gonna move with his team to try and defend this Walker, but Lady Geist and Drifter are gonna move Vile, not wanting to overextend and risk jeopardizing their lead. It's tough to know what to do. They're buying some pretty good items. Apollo getting some Spirit Shred. Pocket ult landed on Lady Geist. She's gonna just be forced to retreat. And I wouldn't be shocked if we see an early Divine Barrier from Rem. Very rich right now on 21k souls. Pocket ult only being cleansed by Divine Barrier or countered by Counterspell. And it's a very strong ability that counters one of your main carries, so we might see that item soon. And it's looking difficult because with the draft that Moneymaxxers have taken, Drifter's very strong 1 versus 1, so is Lady Geist. Lash can create some really strong picks, and Slurp Juice doesn't really have anyone who can initiate and be a frontliner for these team fights. They've drafted some very strong team fight characters early on with Doorman, Pocket, but they don't really have someone who can engage for them.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
So we'll have to see how the rest of this game continues on. And we have seen players get quite aggressive and even trade their life for these walkers to try and open up item slots. So we might see that happen quite soon again. You see Doorman and Venator trying to walk up toward this walker. Apollo and Pocket on the opposite side of the map defending theirs. Lash ult does go down and gets the Venator just out of position at the right time. He's gonna slam him, and yeah, Venator is gonna feel forced to just walk down into this walker to try and take it. Doorman stays with him, but he's secure. Doorman ult used, Ren ult used in retaliation, and it just looks like they're gonna go down after this. Drifter getting some more stacks. Very good attempt to try and hold this, but it's just...
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be mid-boss, and the game is most likely over.
Yeah, I don't know how they come back from this. Like, look at Rem's soul count and look at all the sinners. There's literally none on map. So they can't even stay in their jungle to just farm. They're getting denied so much resource. Unstable Rift coming up on the side lane. Curious to see if Apollo's going to take it during the mid-boss attempt. Lava is going to look to maybe try and make something happen. On mid-boss, goes for an early ult, which I do like. He's gonna get the damage going. Accidentally uses parry. Not too much of an issue. He's doing some damage to poke and be a little bit of a nuisance. Uses Dispel Magic to get rid of the mark from Drifter. Doesn't have Cloak available, but his team does come to peel the enemies away from him. And they're gonna disengage from this without losing anyone. And Apollo doesn't get the Unstable Rift during that. I think rotating instead to try and help his team, so Fat Cuck is going to go ahead and steal this away for his team. And I don't even think Slurp Juice is going to get the urn as well. Lash hovering pretty close by. So unless Lava Bolt goes now to try and snag this away, you know, Lash is going to pick up the urn.
There is power in pain. You will suffer.
And cheat death on the Lady Geist. It just looks so unplayable right now. What do you feel like Slurp Juice should do at this point? Because I don't really
I think it's get ready for next game. I think it's out looking very good.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way really to win this game. I think they're just facing the endless tide.
Yeah,
Oh man,
I
and then
feel
you
like...
get power line in the background. Can't really capitalize.
I feel
Bro,
like...
that's the first time I heard the urn was fine.
Good parry, but Reeky's still available.
Nah,
Cheat
no.
death. No, and Apollo just can't get value. Doorman ult coming through on Geist. It will isolate her.
I mean, she's
Maybe
not
get
gonna
into
die.
No, her team's close by. She's with Cheat Death, Divine Barrier.
Gets the swap off.
Divine Barrier
I'll
used.
just go to them.
It doesn't have Satchel to stall. Affliction not really doing too much damage to Geist at the moment.
Oh, GG.
I feel like Moneymaxxers would have to make a very, very painful throw for this to even be playable. Drifter does go down.
I mean, they just don't have anything to do with guys. The guys are just walking at them.
Yeah, they don't have a good answer. I feel like the pocket was a good attempt, but it hasn't been going very well for them. Oh, trying to do something. Just get a stun, but taking so much damage from Drain. Spellslinger giving guys a lot of gun damage as well. It's just...
That
He's
game
doing
is
so much.
astronomical.
Yeah. 10 stack Berserker, 6 stack Spellslinger. 10k still in the bank, but it doesn't even feel needed. Like, she's just destroying them.
Yeah, it looks like next game hopefully goes a little bit better. I think both games back up to play Borden and guys just one-shot everyone towards the end of the game.
Here's the thing, right? Because now they're out for the rest of the game, so if this does go for a longer series, it could be a bit of a weakness for them.
They're backing. I guess they're concerned about maybe a backdoor angle. I mean, the right team does have backdoor potential to get one kill on guys that can end the game, but I mean,
Yeah, she is kind of a bit of their solo carry. Drifter's pretty strong, but it's not quite the same as Geist right now. I feel like Drifter could still die.
I think Fat Cuck needs to buy Warp Stone, and he's probably chilling.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like the best buy. It gives you gun resist for Venator added Blink as well. Spirit Burn coming through on Pocket, I think it's pretty solid. Some extra anti-heal as well in case of a Divine Barrier on his ult. But I do see Slurp Juice is converging on Lady Geist right now. Reviews are gone. Yeah, and she's 1 versus 4 right now. So we're gonna have to see how much potential she can do on her own. Falling really low HP, no swap yet.
Hockey dab? Gonna die here though.
I think she's actually dead. She has no swap. She has nothing.
Yeah. Wait, back up. Kinda gets a little cocky. Ends up dying for fun.
Yeah, there's nothing on the map right now to lose necessarily, but it just gives.
I opened the door. It's a long time they have to wait for her.
Yeah, it's a whole minute, so they can kind of just play map now and potentially try and get some of these resources back. But I mean, Rem is just taking all the sinners again in their jungle.
Yeah, Rem is super fed.
Yeah, we spoke about it prior. A lot of the Rem players haven't been playing like very aggressive to deny sinners and have let them stay on map a lot longer. But this game, look at that, look at that huge bag.
Yeah, he's the guy with a little fat bag on his butt.
Oh yeah, he's got a big goblin shank. And it looks like they might be able to get these base guardians down on side lane.
Lash goes wide.
Can't get the reach. Counter spell used to block the damage from Lash. The still dodges the Rem ult. Lady Geist is back alive. Apollo is not there. Doorman ult used on Lady Geist. Drifter though just completely nukes Doorman. Just gets blown up.
Ben has to run. Is he faster on the zip though than Drifter?
I think he actually managed to get away, but they're all looking for Lava Bolt right now. No ult. Cloak and Suitcase available. He has to try and get these off at the right time. And I think they're probably going to be running towards his Cloak. Will he take it? And he does, which I think was a misplay because now Drifter's closed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
that
gets red. There's always that debate in your head whether to take the Cloak or not. Especially when you use it in a situation like that. Had he maybe gone to just run back to base and not take the Cloak, could have saved his life, but it's hard to know where they're going to position when you don't have vision, so it's a good attempt. All that's getting blown up by Lash and Drifter right now. Lady Geist on sideline. I'm pretty sure this is going to be game.
Looking like a sad end for the Lava Bolt team. The Slurp Juicers is running out of juice, bro. Wait a minute.
No, actually.
Lash is dying. Okay, Lash dies right for mid. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, there is like a small world they win. Like.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty bad death. It's your big team fight ult gone now, so you just have
mid boss. Oh, okay. They're calling the mid boss. We'll see what happens here. I'm not sure going to the correct idea here.
Looks like they are rushing to try to back.
Oh, they're going for a back door. They're going for a back door, baby. Oh, they're going for a back door.
And it's just Doorman, and Patron's already been dropped, so this could probably go down very quick. Ult on Lady Geist. Drifter still has the damage to just nuke Doorman. Rem not there with Drifter though, so Slurp is going to retreat. Maybe find some picks on the two carries. Pocket ult comes down. Rem not there yet for Divine Barrier. Geist on half. Pocket falling very low though. Dispel Magic comes through to try and avoid some of the burn.
Nice swap.
And Apollo gives a swap to Lady Geist, which is so tragic for the team. Love ult on one trying to survive, but Drifter just running them down. And his vendor gets disarmed, so we can't even come to help.
GG.
What a strong attempt to try and come back into the game, though, I do have to admit.
Very dominant game out of back up.
I think this is the
up 2-0.
Yeah, and I think this is the biggest soul lead we've seen throughout the entire tournament. 51,000 soul lead.